Hey, this is Johnny Bean. Here is my SSSVEDA vlog for April 21st. The question on the calendar was something like, what do you miss before smartphones or something? I'm not going to talk about that. Okay. Figured I would talk about Prince. Major loss today. I woke up this morning, looked at my phone, and I don't know who it was. Where was it? I don't know if it was Facebook. It might have been Instagram. I think it was Instagram. I looked at Instagram and it said, "Rip Prince." And I'm like, huh? And this was right when it was breaking. So there wasn't much out there at the time. This is early this morning, California time. Of course, Minnesota is 2 hours later. And so anyway, so I saw it and I went, if you want to know about breaking news, what you want to do is you want to go to Twitter. Twitter is instantaneous. Everything happens right on Twitter right away. So I went to Twitter, and that's where I started to see all the major the news websites talking about this, and so that's when I knew it was real. But so yeah, we've all been following this all day long, and I guess I'll tell you some of my my stories that are Prince related. I never met him. I've never seen him perform in person. But I'll just tell you some of my stories about that are related to Prince. Well, I guess as far back as I can remember, I mean, when I was a kid, I remember MTV. You know, we got MTV in 1983. So all the Prince stuff would have been that I remember, at least, would have been when Purple Rain came out, which was what, 84? I'm thinking. I remember the videos. So that was my introduction to Prince, was MTV Purple Rain videos. The videos for the film. And then, of course, after that, as you're growing up, you start to see more and more stuff, and of course, so I know everything he's done since. Like, let's just say, like the Batman soundtrack. The videos, all the videos that he did, music videos, albums. So let's, I guess, fast forward. Here's what the story is interesting. Okay, here's my interesting. Here is my story about Prince. I would say, was it like 2 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago? Couple years ago, I get this message on Facebook from somebody, and they say to me, it's a mother of a 5-year-old son, and she says to me, "My son watches your videos on YouTube." He's 5 years old, okay? He watches your video. He watches your instructional videos. He loves Eddie Van Halen, and he watches your guitar lessons, and so he would like a guitar pick, you know? So she gives me the address, and I send him some of my guitar picks. I've got these guitar picks with my name on them. I send them to people. If you're watching this, send me a message. I'll send you some pics. You know, I've sent them all over the world for years. Um, so anyway, I sent them these pics, and I noticed that they're local to where I am. At the time, I would say I was in San Ramon, California, and they live roughly half an hour away, East Bay area. You know, same same general area. So I sent some guitar picks to this, 5-year-old. And so I send him the stuff. I get a message back from his mother, and she says, "Wow, I can't believe you're local. I thought you were like some rock star in Hollywood." You know? And so I ended up messaging with her, and we probably exchanged phone numbers. And so she said, "Well, I would come over and, since you're so close, come meet my son. He's 5 years old. He loves your videos. He watches your videos nonstop. He loves Eddie Van Halen." So I end up going over to their house, to teach this kid, a guitar lesson, and he's 5. So this is a couple years ago, so now he's 5. Now he's like 7 years old. Uh, so so I show up at their house, and he opens the door, and he can't believe it, you know? He's like, "Whoa, Johnny Bean," this 5-year-old. And so I go inside, and we sit down, and I start showing him stuff on the guitar, you know? And the whole time I'm trying to teach him a guitar lesson, he's telling me things about Eddie Van Halen. He's telling me things about the guitar, and he's telling me things about me, right? He's like, "Oh," I mean, just for an example about me, he's like, "Oh, well, yeah, Johnny, yeah, you live in blah 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 city. Your address is blah 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 PO box." He actually told me my PO box number at the time and told me that was my address. "You play this guitar, that guitar. You do those videos on this and that." He he knew everything, you know? I mean, the stuff he was telling me was just amazing, and he's the sweetest kid. Um, but so anyway, his name's Ace. I actually I ran into them recently. I just happened to run into him and his mom, uh, his family, at a record store. I just happened to stop it and go in and browse around, and I run into his mom, and she's like, "Oh, hey, you won't believe it, Ace is here, he'd love to see you." So I hung out with them. This was maybe 2, 3 this is maybe 3 months ago. Um, but anyway, yeah, he's a huge fan of Eddie Van Halen, of me, the stuff that I do, and I guess the main part of the story is Prince. His mother is a huge Prince fan. Huge. Huge. And this 5-year-old, which now he's like 7 now. Actually, he had a birthday party, somewhat recently, and they invited me. I was like I was like the special guest to his birthday, and, uh and it was great. This was recently, just within the past year. Went over to his grandmother's house and had a great time. Great time. Um, but so some of the Prince connections is his mother is a huge Prince fan, and this kid Ace, he's a huge Prince fan. And so one of the things that he does or did, I think he's somewhat retired from it now, from what they tell me. He was a Prince impersonator, 5 years old, and they would dress him up like Prince, and he would sing along to the songs, and he would have cardboard cutout guitars that were, maybe in the shape of like a Prince guitar, and he would sing along, to Purple Rain, whatever, you know, all the Prince songs. And they invited me down. There's a comedy club in the area, in the East Bay area, and and wha- wha- Ace, he would perform with every time the guy was in town, was Sinbad. Sinbad the comedian. So I went down. They invited me. They gave me tickets to a Sinbad show when Sinbad was in town, and so I went down and I saw Sinbad perform. And Ace, the very end of Sinbad's show, Ace got up on stage dressed as Prince. Remember, 5 years old. Well, maybe he was maybe 6 at the time. This was like a year ago at least. If you follow me on Facebook, maybe you saw the photo of me and Sinbad together. That was at this. Um, the very end of Sinbad's show, they called Ace up to the stage, and they would play over the speakers. They played this Prince song, and Sinbad would play along. Sinbad plays guitar. I don't know how many people know that. Sinbad, he actually gave Ace a guitar. He actually signed a guitar for him and gave it to him. Um, so anyway, so the performance was Ace, this 6-year-old dressed as Prince, strumming a cardboard cutout guitar, um, sing along to a Prince song with with Sinbad, himself playing along on the guitar. And there's probably a video on YouTube of this. Actually, I know there is video of, maybe, I don't know if it's that performance. He's actually done this several times. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I know I haven't talked to Ace today, although I talked to his mother this afternoon, and they're devastated. Prince was a huge part of their lives. And it's a shock to millions of people around the world. The photo that you see for the thumbnail of this that you're looking at is me holding a Prince guitar. That photo was a year ago at NAMM down in Anaheim. Schecter Guitars built a Prince guitar. They might have built several of them. I don't know, but just the one I'm holding in this photo, that's the only one that I saw. But yeah, that photo was taken by my friend Michael. And yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, all day long it's just been nonstop people talking about Prince and what he's meant to them, and just how great he was. I mean, he was the entire package as far as being a true musician, musical genius. I mean, if you know Prince, you know what I'm talking about. And actually, right before I hit record on this video, or this podcast, as I'm calling these, I watched a video of Carlos Guitarlos. Maybe some of you early Van Halen fans will recognize, maybe not that name, Carlos Guitarlos. There we go. He posted a video a little while ago talking about Prince and talking about Prince's Telecaster, and a pretty cool story about Prince's telly, the telly that everybody's saying, the natural telly with the tortoise pickguard. Anyway, Carlos Guitarlos. Any of the early Van Halen fans, 84 era, will know of him, or know of his band anyway, called Top Jimmy and the Rhythm Pigs. There's a song on that 1984 album called Top Jimmy, and that's about Top Jimmy and the Rhythm Pigs, and the guitarist was, or is, Carlos Guitarlos. So anyway, I just watched a very cool video he just posted, literally right before I went live on here, talking about Prince and that Telecaster. So it's crazy. I mean, the passing of Prince, I mean, that's right up there with Elvis John Lennon. Um, you know, 9/11. Where you were. Where you were when you heard the news. That's that. He's one of those. He was a living legend, an icon. It's it's just crazy. So we'll see what happens in the coming days. My family live in the area of where Prince lived, where his studio was. So I've uh, I've heard some stories. Actually, there actually is a celebration going on right now. Um, in Minneapolis. Um, I don't know if my sister is there right now at First Avenue, Princess Club. My sister was there earlier this evening, but there's looks to be thousands and thousands of people there right now celebrating the life of Prince, dancing. It's an all night dance party going on until something like 7 a.m. or something, Central Time, something like that. Uh, if you happen to catch this, or if you want to catch up, the local affiliate, NBC affiliate in Minneapolis, is called Care 11, Kare 11, and check out their page, and you can see live footage from the uh, the festivities tonight. So, but yeah, I would just like to say, I feel bad for it because I do know a lot of people who just loved Prince, and how this is such a shock for so many people. I mean, it's yes, it's shocking, and there's many people out there right now that are really hurting by this. Like I said, it's it's like Elvis, it's like John Lennon, of this generation. You know, Kurt Cobain, same thing. I mean, there's very few uh, true legends out there. Yeah, there's this meme that keeps going around about Kanye West. Everybody keeps sharing like breaking news. Kanye West was found alive in his apartment. you know, which I didn't think was really funny, but people it's being passed around, and I mean, I guess it's kind of funny, but Kanye West, he's no, He's no rock. He's no musical icon in the least. Um, but Prince is right up there with John Lennon, Elvis. Those names, even though all their music is totally, different as far as musical influence and musical icon goes, they are the ones that we look up to. The innovators. Prince was Jimi Hendrix. Who else? He was definitely he was the next step in music. So yeah, he will be missed. So okay, so that was my vlog, my SSSVEDA for today. Figured I would talk about this for a little while. And we'll hear more news, within the coming days about the entire thing. But bottom line, Prince, he will be missed by a lot of people. So okay, Johnny Bean, JohnnyBean.com. I'll be back tomorrow with another vlog and some other videos. I'm doing some other. I got some nice gifts from a friend of mine, from my friend Nezdal today. So we'll do 1 or 2 videos tomorrow. So, all right, keep rocking, everybody, and talk to you tomorrow. All right, good night.